All right, so in this video, I'm gonna talk about the strategy phase of what is it that you need before you start building your funnels, before you start bringing your offers to the market, and before you start actually generating revenue. I have a firm belief, after doing this for over 12 years now, that the first step is always strategy. You gotta sit down, you gotta think about a few things, okay? You gotta think about what is the way in which you're gonna attract your ideal audience? What is the value you're gonna provide for them? What are the offers? What are the funnels? What are the traffic sources? So over the last decade, there's been some common themes. I would find myself flying all around the world to conferences and to events, and I'd find myself mapping out, if you will, the funnels and the offers and the traffic strategy, mainly thinking through what is the process, what's the funnel process, and then what's the offer process behind those funnels, okay? So in this video, I want you to fully understand what you should be looking for and a checklist, if you will, on the things that you need in the strategy phase, okay? This is not you advertising and running traffic, okay? This is much further before that, and that's in the strategy, okay? I like to have well-defined, clearly thought through strategy. And that's normally what we do in our offices here in beautiful San Diego, California, at what we call either a one-day private intensive, also known as a funnel day, or our two-day private intensives known as Operation Millionaire Bootcamp, okay? But let me just show you something. So if you're gonna break out a pen, break out a piece of paper, now would be the time, okay? You wanna think through what is the offers, what are the funnels, and what is the traffic that you need in order to make your vision, your goals, a reality. Okay, you wanna work backwards. So what are your goals? Think about it. You wanna make $1 million a year, you wanna make $1 million a month, or you wanna make more, right? You need to know that, and then you can start working backwards. You can start reverse engineering it from there. What needs to happen, right? So one of the things that's not on here is like really the financial projections. And I always look at what are the numbers, right? Like what's possible, right? Because that gets us excited about the vision. The Bible says, without vision, man shall perish. Therefore, we must start with a clearly defined vision. The time to enter the time to have the map is before you enter the woods, right? Like you don't want to enter the woods and then figure out later that you needed a map, right? You have the map, then you go on the hike and you're good, right? But if you just go cruising into the woods without a map, you're gonna be wandering. Now, here's the things that you need. You need to know what are the offers that you're gonna bring to the market, and what is the value of those offers in the market? Like how do they solve the problems or create solutions for people in your market? What are the funnels? What types of funnels are you going to have stacked? Okay, because in my experience, creating $1 million a year, $1 million a month businesses online, it's not the result of one funnel. Okay, sorry to break it to you. In most cases, it's the combination, it's the stacking of funnels. Unless you want to take the long, slow path, right? I'm all about speed. I don't know about you, but I like speed. And so it's the combination or the stacking of the certain types of funnels. Let me explain that. So let's say you have a webinar funnel. And one of the things that we like to do is we'll stack a webinar funnel with a thank you page webinar on top of it, okay? Because when people buy, the greatest time to make another offer is after they have made a purchase, okay? It's like when you're out at a restaurant and they say, hey, you know, you order a nice salad with some steak or some salmon, and they say, would you like avocado with that? Sure, of course I would, right? It's an extra $1.75, right? Okay, the same applies online. The moment they've made a purchase, why wait? Why delay the sale? Why delay the opportunity? There will be fast action takers or fast movers, people who are, you know, who take action, who execute quickly, that want to buy everything you have to offer, okay? If you've done a good job in building their relationship with them before they actually get to the point of making an offer, right? That's super important, and which I talk about when I talk about the 7 steps of our proprietary process, the perfect funnel system. If you're not familiar with that process, I recommend you get familiar with that process, understand that process, and then think about bringing that process into your business and into your life. Okay, so what are the offers? What are the funnels? What's the traffic sources that you're gonna go after? Okay, Facebook's a great place to get traffic. Instagram advertising is another great place to get traffic. YouTube advertising, affiliates. I mean, I always say there's never, ever, ever a traffic problem. We only ever have an offer first problem and then a funnel problem, okay? Not the other way around. You don't have a funnel problem and then an offer problem. You have an offer problem first, okay? What is it that you're selling and who are you selling to? And then you have a funnel problem. So in the strategy phase, you wanna know what's the offers, what are the funnels, and what is the traffic sources that you're gonna go after once your funnels are ready to be turned on, right? Some other things that are part of this checklist in the strategy phase is branding, okay? Do you have a well-executed and well-designed brand, okay? Now, a lot of the old school direct response marketers don't see the value in branding, okay? But I'll propose that branding is important, and here's why. If you're going to cold traffic, now if you're going to a warm audience, they already know you, you don't have to worry about it as much. But people make judgments in the first 15 seconds of watching your content. So you would never walk out on stage. I was actually talking about this yesterday in one of our content workshops, helping one of our clients creating his webinars. I said you would never walk out on stage in your pajamas, right? That would be silly, right? He walks out well-dressed, well-groomed, looking like a boss. And so you want to think about how are you perceived in the market. Branding is important. If I was to take an expert or an agency or even an e-commerce store and I take one that has poor branding and has one that has great branding, in my experience, again, I've built over 1,650 funnels and I've been doing this for 12 years. The one who has a well thought through, well-branded experience, okay, that's thought through based on the colors and the typography, the person who has a well thought through experience is gonna win every time over the person who looks like a bum or who doesn't put the time, energy, and attention into their brand. Now, what it says to me when I see someone who hasn't put the time, energy, and attention into their brand, that tells me that they're broke, that they can't afford it, right? Think about it. If you're on stage and you have a bum walk across your stage, well, he couldn't afford it. That's why he's not dressed like a boss. So that's why branding is so important. So that should be part of your checklist in the strategy of how you're gonna bring your brand to the market, okay? Appearance matters. We live in a society where it's a judgy bunch out there, right? And so you're judged within the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds or less, you're being judged. So how do you look? How do you come across? What's the feeling that you invoke in people? Okay, so things to be thinking through. Your content, okay? In your strategy phase, you should have content mapped out. You should know what kind of content you're gonna bring to the market. In our one-day private intensives or our funnel day or our Operation Millionaire boot camps, 2-day workshops, we work through all the content that you're gonna bring to the market. I don't care if you're an expert, whether like you're an author, expert, speaker, coach, consultant, like that's your expert bucket. I don't care if you're an agency or you're an e-commerce store owner, you gotta be thinking through content. Content is king. And the time to know what kind of content you're gonna bring to the world is not in the next phase. It's not once you start advertising. You should have this thought through, okay, strategically before you launch, okay? So that's why this is in here. A schedule, right? So how are you gonna get your offers, your funnel, and your traffic? First off, how are you gonna get your funnels and offers built? Your brand, your video production, your copywriting, your storytelling, your sales messaging. Like how are you gonna get all that built? And is it gonna happen in a vacuum? Like is it gonna happen one at a time? Because that's gonna take you forever, right? Or is it gonna happen simultaneously, where you have multiple things happening at one time? Now, if you're doing it yourself, you might have to do it piecemeal together, one thing at a time, right? Because that's a great way to focus to get a result. But if you have a team helping you, which I encourage you to do, because then you get to stay in your circle of expertise rather than jumping out of your circle, right? And becoming a general contractor. You don't wanna become that, but you wanna stay in your circle, okay? And then you wanna let the people come around you who are experts in other things, like copywriting and design and branding and all of the other things that it takes to build the right offers and the right funnels, okay? Then you pull that into your schedule, if you will, right? Your offer, your launch phase and more so your building phase. Your building phase should not last more than 120 days. Like 120-day launch is a long time, okay? Just to give you a little reference point on the schedule of production what can happen in a 90 to 120 day period. Well, yeah, 90 to 120 days. Webinar funnel, course, 4 or 5 offers, membership site. I mean, all of a brand, video production, copywriting, like all of that can happen in a 90 to 120 day period, okay? But that's if you have things, you know, scheduled right. And the team, okay, that's another thing that should be part of your checklist. Who's on your team that can help you with the branding? I don't know about you, but I'm not someone who does branding. Like, that's not my thing, right? So I have a team of people, okay? I have a team of resources, different individuals who are the best in the world at branding. So they're part of the team, right? Who else do you need on your team? Well, you need someone to help you with the copy and the language and the words, because every word matters, especially when you're doing webinars or you're doing sales videos and you're doing copy for your sales pages. All of that matters. Every word matters. There are a few words that you should start integrating into your brand right away. One of them, just to give you a little nugget here, is the word you. Okay, stop using the word I and shift it to you. Okay, and watch how that will completely transform your business if you stop talking in I and start talking in you, especially in your sales, your webinars, your sales videos, your copy. Start using the word you. It's as Joe Vitale says, a hypnotic word. There's a book by him called Hypnotic Marketing, Hypnotic Writing. Hypnotic Writing is a great book. Hypnotic Marketing is a great read as well. And so I'd recommend you reading those as the thought leader of your brand, because you're going to be the one who needs to be the one who's on top of that. Okay, words matter. You're going to be the one communicating the words to your audience, right? Okay, so these are the different things that you need to have in the strategy phase. Okay, 3 main buckets. Okay, what are the offers that you're going to bring to the world? What are the right funnels in order to sell those offers? Okay, how are you going to stack them? And then what are your traffic sources? Then you can move into the next phase where you're building your funnels, you're building your offers, you're creating your courses, you're creating your service offerings as an agency, or you're creating your physical products, right? So after you move out of this phase, let's next move into the build phase. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about what are the things that you need to be thinking through. What are the things that are on the checklist for building your offers and your funnels, okay? What are all the pieces, okay? And I'm gonna break them down in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching today's video. And if you love this video, be sure to leave a comment, tell me your top 3 takeaways or top takeaway from today's video. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you can get notified every time that we upload a new video here on YouTube. And before you go, make sure you grab your free golden ticket. This free golden ticket is loaded with our 7-figure and our 8-figure expert agency and e-commerce funnels, emails, and scripts that we've used to build multi-million-dollar businesses in a variety of different markets. So thank you again for watching this video. Hope you got massive value from it, and I look forward to hearing what your takeaway was from this video. And also, I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos that we will be releasing.